Well, I'm going to keep my comments pretty brief, and they will be focused on council tax. And the reason they will be brief is because I was hoping to intervene earlier on the Secretary of State, who said he didn't want to dodge difficult topics and wanted to talk about promises. He didn't take an intervention because he probably knew what was coming. I want to talk about broken promises, and I want to talk about difficult topics. The primary one being affecting my residents right now across Bromsgrove in the villages, in fact across Worcestershire, is the government's collusion with Reform to hike the council tax by a staggering 9%. That will be the highest council tax increase that Worcestershire County Council will have imposed on its residents. I believe it will likely be the highest increase in council tax across the country this year. And it's reprehensible, Madam Deputy Speaker, because prior to the general election in 2024, the Labour Party stood very clearly on a manifesto that said they would freeze council tax. And they know, as well as I do, that they have no will to deliver that. That the political difficulty, I won't give way because the Secretary of State wouldn't give way to me. The Secretary of State wouldn't give way to me, so I'm not going to give way and listen. I'm not going to give way and be lectured to by Labour MPs who are not upholding their promises, Madam Deputy Speaker. So the government stood on a manifesto to freeze council tax, knowing full well that they would not be able to deliver that. But worse still, last May, prior to the local elections, the Reform Party stuffed leaflets through the doors of residents across Worcestershire, indeed across the country, pledging that they would cut council tax. Now, they spoke about this Doge programme of local government efficiency. It's very interesting that there's not a single Reform Member of Parliament here in the Chamber today to defend their record. And with this Doge programme, well, where is it? Why has it revealed nothing? They thought that they were going to be able to turn the sofa upside down, give it a good shake, £100 million would fall out of it. Well, that didn't happen. But I can tell you what did happen in Worcestershire since last May. £100 million has been the overspend from the Reform administration. And as a result, they've come cap in hand to this government for emergency funding and for a council tax rise in excess, way in excess of inflation and way in excess of the 5% threshold for a referendum. I will give way to my honourable friend and neighbour.
I'm incredibly grateful to my honourable friend and neighbour, He's raising incredibly He's raising incredibly important points about how our constituents were promised that they would have a cut in council tax and have been royally let down by the Reform councillors. But can I embarrass my honourable friend? It's worth remembering that there are a lot of Conservative district councils do very well, and my honourable friend, the member for Bromsgrove, was the leader of Wychavon District Council over the last 14 years, where for 5 years it was deemed the most financially resilient district council in the country, and at the same time didn't see a single penny increase in council tax. That is what Conservative councils deliver.
I thank my honourable friend and neighbour. He is far too generous. I was leader of Wychavon District Council in South Worcestershire for 5 years, where we proudly froze council tax for 5 years consistently without cutting a single service. Local government is lean. It can be run efficiently and effectively without duping the taxpayer. But back to that dupe, Madam Deputy Speaker. The Reform administration on Worcestershire County Council came cap in hand to the government. The government has granted them emergency funding. They've agreed, in effect colluded with Reform. You've got two parties here that have agreed to put up council tax for residents who they both promised that they would not do that, and as a result, residents in Worcestershire are paying the price. So my message to the Minister is very clear. If we want to maintain trust and integrity in politics at all levels, it's very important that those promises are stuck to, that they're abided by. Otherwise, don't make them in the first place. But most importantly of all, as over 1,100 Worcestershire residents in the last 48 hours have signed a petition opposing this increase, it's crucial that this goes to a referendum and the people of Worcestershire have their say.